Welcome back to Starfield for the second of this two video sort of mini series. First one was about the ship here, the Defiant. We went over a few quick specs and things, and then an external and then internal tour. Now we're going to move on to the hab. I'm going to try and use keyboard and mouse, and I'm going to try. I mean, I always use keyboard and mouse, but I was going to try and do it with the Xbox controller. But it's so awkward compared to keyboard and mouse, for me anyway. So I'm going to try and keep the camera movement not so crazy, okay? Because I'm used to just like, woo-hee-hee, you know? Alright, so first thing, you notice we have the large pad.
Hydrocarbons in abundance.
Thank you, Jerry.
Let us see how they have arranged themselves.
Jesus Christ. With the shipbuilder, right? Which I have found to be really invaluable and very cool. It's also huge, and it's the hardest thing to place because the game is very restrictive on where you put it. Like sometimes you'll be trying to put it somewhere, it won't let you put it there unless you rotate it so the stairs are in a particular direction and so on. So it was hard to put it here. The reason, if I just go up here, oh, if I can actually jump, that would be so cool. There you go. Jeez. The reason I built here is because I love this biome, which is we're on Jemison, and it's a coast, deciduous forest on the coast. I don't know what those weird floating things are over there. Weird floaty rocks. Who knows? Yeah, weird. Okay, and but basically you have nice sea views here, and I was looking for an area where you could see the sea and chill. I just wanted to make a chilling hab, right? A chilling place, and it turned into this whole big thing that you can see here. So, and this is like, this. It took a few iterations to sort of get to this simplicity. It was all over the place at one point as I was learning about base building and how to get them high enough and so on, but anyway, so goes all the way over there from here because of the valley and everything, and then it started going slightly industrial as I was like, I'm tired of having to pick up like all this food and stuff everywhere, because I want to use the game, that gameplay option, the sustenance option. I've got it turned on with the positive and negative option turned on for the max XP boost. But I just didn't. I was tired of like looting all the food and everything. So I was like, if I can just make my own food and drink, which if you have an outpost, you really kind of want to anyway, right? You want to kind of be self-sufficient. You don't want to have to go to the grocery store, as it were. All the time, right? So, alright, so you come into an airlock, and even though it's breathable on Jemison, of course, I used a full airlock because she keeps leaving the door open, and I didn't want critters coming in or anything. I don't know if they probably wouldn't, but who knows? But it just annoyed me that the doors are always open. So this way, the doors are always closed. So, outsmarted you, Andre. Anyway, this first module here, when you get off your ship, you come up here. Basically, it's just full of storage boxes, extra storage. They're all empty at the moment, but they're there if I want to start filling them up. I don't know if I ever will, because I've already got a bunch of them over here. And I've tried to keep it simple, and just, you can't actually grow anything in these, in quotes, hydroponic habs. Like you can't do hydroponics in them. They're just basically glass-walled habs. They're cool for the views, but you can't grow hydroponics. So anyway, I put plants in them, right? And these walkways just go all the way down here. Oh, I added a sculpture there just for a bit of variety. It actually kind of gets in the way. You can see your ship as you're walking along. You can run faster because it takes too long. It's like Spaceballs when he's running from one end of the ship to the other. Anyway. And then you come to these double-decker sort of military habs, which are the only habs that, allow you to go up, basically, as far as I know. And you can change the window designs to however you want. There's like 2 or 3 options. I think 3 or 4 options. Anyway, so I use these as basically step-ups to go up the hillside here, which if we go up to the window, you can see is kind of a steep hillside that I had to somehow get up, and this was the only way I could do it. In the last one, I've put a bunch of boxes that actually are full of, all of them are full of resources, you know. And then here are mission boards and the bounty clearance terminal. So I got 2 mission boards I can use there, so I can pick up a mission on my way out. All right, and then this is one of the main living areas with an airlock, and this is where you sort of sleep and eat. And there's a little toilet area there. There's no shoilet because there's no way to put a shower as a decoration at this time, unfortunately. I'm not sure why. They let you, there's a sink, there's a toilet, you know. I've got, I had to section it off with these office dividers. But it wouldn't be very cool to stink out your hab, you know. It's like maybe I should have made a separate bathroom hab or something, but that seems like a waste of a big old hab, you know, just for a bathroom. But anyway, especially when this is literally all you can put in it, you know. You know, so there you go. There's that stuff I put in, shaver and some soap, and then you've got another sink here, which is when you're doing kitchen-y type stuff, you know. I just thought that kind of made sense. And then, you know, water cooler. I got a, you know, coffee plants, another little stove thingy, kettle, plants, desk with knickknacks I've collected on it. You know, drinks machine, and a fridge full of my end product, not beer, but alien tea and jerky. And if you look where it says, you know, take down there, you'll see the actual quantities. They're not singles. Like that's 350 alien jerkies. And I've got similar stuff down here, but for alien teas, you know, there's a lot of, like, was that 450 alien teas there in that one, you know? So if you pick that up, you'd have 450 alien teas. So anyway, a lot of alien jerky and alien tea has been made because I kind of made it too efficient, and my base setup makes a lot. You've also got all your workstations, research stations, pharmaceutical station. All right, so that's, and then of course the double bed, since we're married. Anyway, and you know, dining table. So everything in here I added. All right, and then the whole point of this base originally was just so I could sit here, and those little things out there are not usually there, but anyway, I could sit here and look at the sea views, right? So that was the whole point. If Andrea just get out of the way, it's so helpful when I'm trying to make a video. So, you know, you've got these lovely sea views, and it's just a really nice biome. And sometimes, you know, you get alien creatures roaming around out there. It's pretty funny to watch them. So you can just sit here, basically, and chill and watch your sea views. And, you know, I've got a pet goldfish I stole from somewhere. I've got the, you know, microfloater terrarium. I've got a couple of those around. You know, lots of cool little stuff I've grabbed from habs that I've been plundering in the course of bounty missions. And then a recent addition, I added this shelf because I had a bunch of knickknacks I'd collected. I was like, you know, I'm going to put them on a shelf, so I did that. And then, of course, this thing I accidentally picked up. I wasn't going to do this, but I picked up a couple of these action figures. I was like, all right, I'll do it. So I built the play set. It's either that or the shelf, right, where they're all sealed. But it looks like you're trying to sell them. I don't know. So I figured this is better. So anyway, and you can like push the button and it makes noises. Usually. There you go. So I'm like, yeah, okay. But you can, I think it gives you buffs, right? So that's the whole point of that. Anyway, and then over here, this thing is a powered switch. And one of the things you can do in your base building is you can create your own circuits for things. Basically, a simple on-off switch is what it is. Circuit breaker on-off. And if you see those light towers out there, right? Well, it's kind of hard to see because it's daytime, but they're on, right? And if I flick this switch, yay, they go off. So basically, I can switch my external lighting on and off from here using that. So that's cool. And if we have a look outside, by going to the build mode and then the top-down view, this will kind of give you a better idea of what's going on here. Right, so, oh, and then we've got a watchtower over here, of course, which you can go and, I thought it looked cool, and also, you know, if you just want to go up there and look at the sights around through your sniper scope or something, you know, you can do that. So, I wanted to get into whatever greenhouses did. I didn't really know much about it at the time, but and it's ballooned from there into 2 other bases. Basically, what I found was on Jemison you can make nutrient and you can make fiber, okay, and which is what those do. So they make that and then they put it into their container box, which acts as a buffer because the greenhouses themselves can't store much. So you got these buffer containers there. And basically anything on your base can access those automatically. The green is material supply, in this case water. So I have 2 industrial water vapor extractors, so they extract vapor from the air, water vapor, and they send it to these 2 tanks, and then from the tanks it is sent to the greenhouses, right? And the greenhouses also need power, and my power sources are 2 wind turbines, a solar array, solar generator, and then a backup helium-3 generator in case I ever need it, which I never do because they just seem to run all the time regardless of weather and daylight, so it never is short of power. You can see down there in the bottom right, it says needed power 16, total power 18, so I'm making plenty of power here without the helium-3 thingy being on, so I could probably remove that. So the power goes from each of those power generating devices, it goes to the 2 water vapor extractors, and also from each of them it goes to the greenhouse. So it's all connected in parallel, basically. I don't know if it even matters. You could probably just do like a string of, you know, series connections, and it would probably be simpler and be perfectly fine. But I just wanted to make sure that in case, you know, one's ever damaged or anything, the others are still able to power everything. Because sometimes you get attacked by spacers and stuff, and they shoot your equipment and stop it working. It's very annoying. Anyway, and then the power generation items also then go to that switch we saw, which is right there. Okay, and then from the switch, it goes to all the lights. Like there's one there, and you can see if you follow the yellow wires, which is what they are, they go to all the light towers around the pads there and those habs on the walkway. So that's how you can control your lights from your external lights from inside your hab. Just link them to a switch like that. So you make your own little circuit, which is cool. That's kind of fun. Yeah. So and then anyway, I wanted to let's go back inside a second. I wanted to, as we said, make food and drink and be self-sufficient, right? And so the apex of my whole industrial base system is my stove. So 3 bases all culminate here at the stove. So if we look at the stove, this is the entire reason for building the other 2 bases. If you want to make alien jerky, you can do that from nutrient, which I'm growing here, but you also need membrane because it comes wrapped in a plastic thing, and that's what I guess you need the membrane for. So you can get nutrient from plants or animals. I'm getting it from plants here. And then, ooh, I can make alien liquor, whatever. 10% carry capacity. Just need alkanes. Okay, interesting. I've not noticed that before. Anyway, so you can make stuff, you know, at this. If you never use the cooking station, it's pretty cool. You can make different things. Anyway, but here I'm making alien jerky, and you can also make alien tea, right? Which requires distilled water and fiber, which I'm also growing here. Okay, so now what do you need for distilled water? Well, I swear to God these weren't here the other day. I increased my research on that. That's why I've got extra stuff. Okay, I'm like, I never noticed this stuff before. Yeah, because I just did more research on the gastronomy. That's why. Okay, so there's extra things I can make. Interesting, cool. All right, so anyway, so we've talked about the alien jerky. It needs nutrient, which I'm growing here, and membrane. And then the alien tea, which gives you a little XP buff for 15 minutes when you drink it. And that needs fiber, which I grow here, and distilled water, right? So distilled water needs water, which I'm getting from the atmosphere through those vapor extractors. And then again, membrane, right? You can't get membrane, you can't grow it on Jemison. The only way to get it on Jemison is to kill those big stick insect things. And I don't want to go stick insect hunting every time I want to make some food and drink, right? So I would feel kind of bad about that. So I wanted it to all just kind of be automated anyway, regardless. You know, I was like, where do I get membrane from? And I found a place which is Eridani II. I wanted to try and keep it to sort of Earth-like worlds as much as I could. So Eridani II has the membrane-producing greenhouses on it. There's a whole setup for that. But to do inter-system cargo links, which if we look at the build menu again, that's what this is, right? An inter-system cargo link. You need helium-3. It's powered by helium-3. The sending end, not the receiving end, but the sending end, right? So the outgoing end, the incoming end doesn't need helium-3, but the outgoing end of the chain needs it. So I was like, oh great, so not only do I need to go somewhere else to produce membrane, but I also got to go somewhere else to get helium-3. So it turned into this whole thing. So anyway, I found then Syrma III is a cool looking planet that also has a lot of helium-3 on it. So that's producing helium-3. Helium-3 is powering the Syrma III intersystem pad. It sends, in fact, if I pull up this, hold on. And my goodness, can we just eat and drink something so he stops making those noises? We're going to have alien jerky and alien tea. There you go. So if we look at this and then go to the database, and I think locations and outposts, right? So Apollo Landing is where we're at right now. It's my main home, right? Eridani II is the membrane production place that I've set up, and then Syrma III is the helium-3 outpost. So Syrma III extracts helium-3, powers itself with the helium-3, and ships it out to Eridani II. Eridani II takes the helium-3 to power its outgoing pad, which comes here, bringing membrane that it's grown there. Okay, so helium-3 goes to membrane, goes to here, and then here I use it to make tea and jerky. So, across light years of space is my little industrial setup here, purely to make tea and jerky, so I have food and drink. And it's made so much of it that I don't even know what to do with any of it. It's gotten to the point of being kind of ridiculous, honestly. I may actually start selling it. I mean, if I made 1,000 or so, 1,500, of them in total. You know, I could take that and sell it and maybe make 40,000 credits or something. I don't know. I don't even know how much they are, but you know, who knows? Who knows? So I'm just totally guessing at those numbers, by the way. I don't even know how much they sell for. It might be far less, but you know, but this is a
Carbons in abundance.
this is a good.
See how they have arranged themselves.
It was a good exercise in figuring out how the interlink works, right, with the intersystem cargo link. So it really helped me understand that, because one of the big things that I couldn't figure out, and I couldn't find an answer to it online really, I guess it might be in a YouTube video somewhere by now, but when I was doing this the other day, I was like, how do you... I couldn't get it to work at the middle one, right, the middle base. I could not get it to work. It wouldn't set up the link, and when I set up one link, the other would disappear, and I was like, why is it doing that? You know, and I'm so used to it just saying you can only have one of this or one of that, that it didn't even occur to me until like hours later, you know? And I was like, wait, maybe I just need another pad, because like people online were like, I don't get it, it's not working, you know? And no one had put in any kind of response to it, a resolution or whatever. I was reading posts from like 3 years ago. So, alright, so I finally figured it out. Basically, you need 2 pads at the middle one. At the middle base. The base that's in the middle of the chain, you need 2 pads. One for incoming, one for outgoing. It's as simple as that. Any pad can only do one thing. The interlink cargo pads, or I guess the other cargo pads as well, internal intra-system pads, can only do one thing. They cannot do incoming and outgoing on the same pad. So if you're at a base and you have stuff coming in and you want to send stuff out too from that same base, you're going to need a second inter-system pad that is powered by helium-3, and that will do your outgoing. So you have one for incoming and another for outgoing. That's it. 2 separate pads. That's the, in quotes, secret to it. So, which seems really obvious now I say it, but at the time, you know, because the game kind of tells you can only have one of these or you can only have one of those. So you just kind of assume that you can only have one of those big-ass, you know, cargo link pads, but no. You can put as many as you want, as long as you got the space, you know. I mean, obviously, you can't put as many as you want because you'd fill up your build area very quickly with those, but you can put a few, you know. 2 or 3 would be fine. Anyway, so let's go take a look at them real quick, so you can see how that side of it works. If I can find them. There you go. So this is the middle one. Oh, I forgot I have this mod on here. So this is the Grav Lanes mod from the Creation Store. It's free, and it basically gives you a warp effect rather than just a brief flash. You know, if you wanted it to give you more of a feeling that you're actually going somewhere, rather than just a loading screen, that's what this does. You can set it for 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, I think. So if you want to go walk around your ship for 10 minutes while you're, in quotes, at warp, you can do that, and then it always drops you out near the star, not near a random planet where you're going to get immediately ambushed before you get your bearings. So that's also kind of cool. Let me just stop here. So, here we are. We'll just do a travel there. I'm not gonna use the free lanes to get there because it's another 5 minutes. So for this video, the travel sequence is sufficient. Why did I get 4,000 credits? That's weird. Okay. All right, and then we just want to find my little base here, and we'll land there. and then we'll have a quick look at how that works, and then we'll go to the first one in the chain, which is helium-3 after this. I'm trying to keep this as short as possible, but there's a lot of stuff to cover. Alright, so let's just immediately exit.
Such beauty in the midst of nothingness.
Alright, so this is a tropical biome where the tropical moor palm, I think it was, grows. Oh, here comes a cargo ship. So, alright, I'm gonna watch my camera work here. So this guy's gonna be coming, if I rotate around, he's gonna be coming here. Oh, where is he? There he is. He's gonna be coming here every few minutes. That's just how it is. And he's coming from Syrma III, he's bringing helium-3. Okay, so it's probably easier if we just go into builder mode and then the bird's eye view, and then zoom out, right? So I can get a lay of the land. So this pretty simple setup here. Now I had to increase security at this one and Syrma III because I was getting raided by pirates and creatures. You know, pirates are shooting up all my stuff, and anyway, so I've got here I've got 2 security bots and the security dog bot roaming around patrolling, and I've also got a ring of you can make 3 robots and 6 turrets, so that's what I've done. Same at the other base, although the other base, one of the robots is a power management robot that I needed to give me a boost out of the power generation there. So, what it does is basically it grows membrane from the palm plant that's native here. And that, of course, requires power and water. So the water it gets from the industrial water vapor extractors that go to these big tanks here, and then those tanks then feed both the greenhouses. Okay, and then the greenhouses, their membrane output each they have their own tank there as a buffer, and then those tanks then feed to the outgoing bin. The red bin is outgoing on my intrasystem pad here, and that goes to Apollo landing where we just were. Okay, and so the membrane I got there comes from here, and it's powered. The outgoing pad always needs helium-3 power into this tank, remember, so it needs helium-3 for fuel to refuel the cargo ship. That comes from these helium-3 tanks, which are filled from this incoming tank here. The green tank is incoming. So that cargo ship brings helium-3 from Syrma III and dumps it all into this. This then transfers it to these tanks, where it's used to power this. Now, I did also route it to the helium-3 tank on this one, the incoming pad, but I don't think you need it. So anyway, I could probably delete that link there, but I'll leave it. It's you know, it's kind of a finicky system, so once it starts working properly, you don't want to mess with it. Okay, what else we got here? So, yeah, and then for power, I had to have like 2 of the biggest solar reactors, and I had 8 of the biggest wind turbines, and I was like, this is crazy. So I did the outpost research, and I increased my outpost engineering skills, and I was able to build the advanced fusion reactor, which has 100 units of power, which is more than enough to power all this. So basically, if you can hear me over that cargo ship, everything is powered by that one advanced fusion reactor. So if you look at the bottom there, bottom right, I only need 62 power, and this thing can make 100. So, that basically powers the greenhouses. It powers this military level scan booster, so it quadruples your hand scanner range. So if you want to scan, because I've not finished scanning here, if you want to scan plants and animals, it's much easier to do it, especially the flying ones that are up in the air. And then I've also got one of the new all-in-one habs. It's completely self-contained, doesn't need power or anything. And that's if you want to, spend the night here or whatever. There's a little hab for you there. So, and those are actually really cool inside. We can take a look at that in a minute. But yeah, that's how it works. So these automated cargo ships just shuttle goods, to and from here. And if I had this link turned on to Apollo landing, one would be landing here as well. But Apollo landing has got so much membrane, like I'm just like, never mind, just stop. And also the constant cargo ships would drive me nuts. It ruins the peace and quiet. So once I've got plenty of membrane, I'm like, okay, we can stop this for a while. I should probably turn this one off too, but eh. And then of course there's a ring of turrets, 3 ballistic, 3 laser, that go around. You can see them connected by the wires, the yellow wires, that encircle the important parts of the base to keep away annoying animals that some animals attack, some don't, and also guard against pirates because they are super annoying. So that's this base that makes the membrane that I need. Oops, for to make my tea and jerky, or rather, the plastic wrap is basically what the membrane is. So it seems they both are contained in when you make them. Okay, and that's the tropical moor palm. I'm not sure why this door's open, but I should probably shut it, honestly. Maybe the robots opened it. Here's your base beacon. Just want to make sure I'm not shutting a robot in here when I do this. Alright. And here's one of the big lads. There he is. And one of the turrets there is a laser turret. Oh, and there's the dogbot. He can run fast, And he seems to be tougher than the humanoid, like this type of security robot. So, yeah, anyway. But they're necessary because getting attacked by pirates is annoying as hell. I've only ever been attacked once at Apollo landing, so it doesn't happen as frequently there, but it can happen. And walking around to give you a sense of scale because, so you can see how big some of this stuff is. This helium-3 is full. My advanced fusion reactor. I actually like this biome, it's pretty cool. Tropical biome on Eridani II. And if you go up here, this is the new UC all-in-one hab. Has an airlock, looks just like a regular door, but it's actually an airlock. Very, very nice, It's got windows. Look at this. It all comes fully furnished. Got your dining area, cooking area, living room, right? Windows with shades. It's all decorated. And then there's even an upstairs. How about that? You got shelves you can put stuff on. You have an office here. Look at your ship through there, see? It's all decorated. I didn't add anything. This is all just comes like this. They actually remember the toilet roll this time. A proper shower. See, they do make them. Why can't we put them in our ships? I don't know. Maybe they'll add that soon. But anyway, so nice bathroom, and then you've got over here where the magic happens, mate. The bedroom. So very cool. I think those cargo ships will keep you awake all night, though, honestly. But that's the new UC hab module. I'm not sure if it comes with one of the DLCs or if it's just in the game. I'm really not sure. But it's new. I know that. It just came out. So yeah. So that's this base making membrane, right? Man, it got dark. Whoa. Okay. I'm like, am I having a stroke? No. It's just got dark really fast. Okay. The sun just went right down. Okay. Alright, so I'm really trying to keep my camera work under control here for the benefit of the video. It's funny, you don't realize how crazy your mousing is until you watch your video back, and then you're like, this is unusable, I gotta do this again. Which is exactly what happened. I tried to do this once, and I watched it back, and I was like, after 2 minutes, I was like, well, gotta do that again. So I made the ship video with the Xbox controller, but it's so awkward. Ugh, I don't like it. I use it for the ship flying, you know, but not for walking around. So I'm trying to do a better job with the mouse here. Hopefully I'm doing that. And not being all over the place. Alright, so that's the space. I have a quick flight off to Syrma III. I'm trying to keep this video down to a minimum and pretty much do it all in one take. Okay, so we back out, and you could search for it in the database, but it's over here somewhere. There it is. Nope, that's not it. That's the wrong icon in it. Is that it? Hey, there you go. That little icon. Oh, actually, I should do it this way, right? So, see, it's pretty far out, but
Sure could use your help. We're dead in the water here.
a bit late, mate. Should have told me before. I'm already jumping. Sorry. Bye.
All we need is enough to do some field repairs to just get back to home dock.
Go away. He's followed me into hyperspace. Oh my god, that's funny. Whoever did this mod, they need to kind of, I don't know if they can, but they need to kind of make it get...
Please help us out.
Oh my god, he's bugging me all the way there. Because I'm basically, I guess I'm floating here, you know? But really it's playing this, so... And then now I've actually moved, right? I think he kind of needs to... My feedback would be, jump me first, you know, in the game, kind of, and then do the animation, right? And then I can just sit here by the star and not know it. You know what I mean? While the animation's going. Because sitting there while annoying shit like that happens is kind of, it takes you right out of it, right? It's immersion breaking. So I'd do it the other way around if it's possible to do it that way. I don't know, maybe it's not. You know, who knows. Anyway, so yeah, we're here now. And I do, as I say, one of the best things I like, and this is level 55, no wonder I get attacked here. One of the best things about that mod is that it puts you by the sun, you know? I'm not sure where exactly I am. But it puts you by the star. Show me. Where's me? Oh, I know that. No. Why are we going over here? Seriously. Show me. I'm not at Sol. What are you talking about? Stupid thing. Alright. Anyway, Syrma III. And I named them, because at first I was like, wait, which one's doing what? So I put what they make in the name. That just helped me remember when I was first doing it. So this planet I like because it's one of the very few, they're really hard to find, that is Earth-like. It still has, the oxygen here is still too low, but at least it looks nice. It's not, you know, just a barren rock, like a barren rocky moon, like most of the places that have helium-3 are. Some of them look cool, a bit like Mars, 'cause I looked at a few. But this one actually has, you know, creatures on it, sort of Earth-like, looks cool, it's got plants and animals, right? But makes helium-3. So, you know, if we just exit real quick. Now, there are annoying animals and pirates here. and by annoying I mean that they attack you and your stuff, right? So I did have to. The heck is that? Oh my! One of my turrets is kicking off down there. I did have to again put security bot, dog bot, security, and 6 turrets around. I don't know what he's shooting at. Is he shooting, or is it just glitching out? I don't know. And you can see there's other NPC bases out here. Oh, here comes that cargo ship from the other place. This is where he's been coming and going from to get, with the helium 3, right? So let's have a look. So this is where he's been going to. Here he is. He's just got here from where we just were. All right. So basically, this is my helium 3 production facility on Syrma III. And you can see that it's, what you would imagine. I've got 4 industrial helium-3 extractors. If you put on your scanner, you can see that that's exactly what we're on top of, a big helium-3 deposit, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold up. Yeah, those hunting brain blimps, they are aggressive. And I've seen them take out my security bot before. Like, they got into a fist fight. Even though he doesn't have limbs, he kind of headbutted him and knocked him out. The security bot. He knocked the security bot out. So they're no joke. They will fight and they will damage your stuff. So you need to set up a security perimeter with turrets and as many security robots as you can. And you can see they're kept busy. It's pretty fun. He killed him. He's like, there's one of those bastards. And blimp. He hit a tree on the way down. That's the dog bot. You see, the dog bots are good, man. I might switch to all dog bots. I don't know, because they're fast and they seem to be tougher. So maybe I'll change the humanoid shaped ones to be dog bots, because they're good. They're good boys. They do their job. Anyway. Don't say much, but they do the job. Okay, so where were we? So, helium-3 is extracted by these 4 industrial helium-3 extractors. And this powers my entire breakfast-making empire back at my home base. The helium-3 is channeled into these containers. Everything's powered by the advanced and the regular fusion reactors. I've got one of those all-in-one habs here, and just one pad, which is an outgoing pad. Okay, so this does need helium-3. So helium-3 is also fed to that pad's helium-3 tank over there to refuel the cargo ship, to power it. And it's also fed to the outgoing box, right? So. And that's linked to where we just came from, Eridani II. So if we, again, take the bird's eye view and zoom out, and I've got another one of those military scan boosters there because they're cool. You can see it's the same basic setup, which seems to work, which is the turrets forming a ring around the complex, and I've got 2 security bots, 1 humanoid, 1 dog bot, and then the third robot is a power management robot, because if you look, I needed 131 power. Those turrets actually take a lot of power, believe it or not. And so I ended up having to add the smaller fusion reactor to power those, and it still wasn't quite enough. So I used a power management robot to give me a little boost, which just took me over the limit of what I needed. So finally, everything worked. Anyhow, so you can see, the 2 fusion reactors actually are linked through the wires, and also linked then to the turrets through that. So it acts as a sort of junction. But basically, power goes to each of their helium extractors in turn, and then also to the scan booster, and then around the base to each of the 6 turrets, 3 ballistic, 3 laser. Yep. All right. And that's it. So this produces helium-3. You can see the extractors all lead to these containers. The containers then route to the pad's helium-3 tank to power it, but also to the outgoing box on the pad itself. So that is what the cargo ship picks up. It empties that, whatever's in that red box at the time, it empties it, takes it to Eridani II, where it is loaded into Eridani II's green one on the incoming pad, and then used to power Eridani II's outgoing pad, sending membrane to my home base. And that's basically how it all works. So it starts here with the helium-3 to power the intersystem pads, and then it makes membrane at Eridani II, and then at my home base I can then make my breakfast. All of this is just to make tea and jerky, which is great. So that's it. And if we just it's low grav here, I think, right? Yeah. Decent temperatures, just not much oxygen, and it's low grav. So you can see these are all full of helium-3. I should really shut it all down. These are kind of cool. They just sort of keep going like that. I guess the ground deposit never runs out. I'm guessing, it just is there. Oh dear, you need a repair. Oh shit, hold on. See, he always ends up needing repair. The dogbot, I've never had to repair him yet. So maybe I should just change to all dogbots. I don't know. Oh, and here's the power management robot. And what he does, you'll see him like fixing stuff on the reactors, and he's probably gonna do it now. There he goes. So he's like keeping them running at peak efficiency, so I get my extra 10% power from them. Here comes that darn cargo ship again. So that's the regular... No. This is the regular fusion reactor, the regular size one. This only gives you 30 power units, whereas the advanced one over here gives you 100, right? So it's 130 plus the boost from the robot there. So it gives me enough power to run this place and the turrets. So there we go. So that's my base network. Can I boost up here? Yay, woohoo! And it's all so I can be self-sufficient and grow my own food and drink, which is alien jerky and alien tea.
Everything seems to be where we left it.
So if we go back up. Trying to do some smooth camera work for you here. Yeah, so if at any time you want to stop, the production chain, you just disconnect the links at the interlink cargo pad, controller computer, and that'll stop those cargo ships from coming and going to that particular base. I'm surprised I've not had any pirates attack me. Every time I come here I have pirates. Alright, so all the way back here. And you can actually, you know, look around. You can get up and walk around your ship, so if you want to set it to 10 minutes, you can go, like, mod some weapons or something, you know, or just walk around your ship, chit-chat to your crew while you're at warp, for that sort of more Star Trekky or Star Wars feel, as opposed to just a brief flash, which is, you know, basically just a loading screen, right, is what it's for. So, you know, anyway, cool little free mod, I thought. Alright. And like I say, it dumps you back at the star instead of where you're gonna get freaking ambushed. I know why I did that. I really don't know why I did that. And if you want, you can do more traveling, right, with the free lanes part, you know, so,
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
but like I said, for the purposes of this video, there's no point doing that.
Scan complete. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis. Please, enjoy your visit to Jemison.
Alright, but we're not going to Jemison. Just do a quick
Let's see
exit.
what wonders of life this planet hosts.
Yeah, so here we are back at the home base. There we are. As you can see, those weird rocks that were there before we're gone. So that's good. And you can see now my lighting down there. Those light towers I put, and they're also on the pads here. Kind of cool. So I have this one turned off so we can have some peace and quiet. Ooh. Okay. If you don't want to run all the way through, you can just do this. I should probably make a diagonal. Wait, that's the thing. You can't connect it to the in any realistic way. You can't connect it to the pad. So I had to do it like this. It's just, it has limitations, but you know. And then we've got the one thing I didn't go over real quick was the watchtower, which is kind of cool. If you want to observe the wildlife without them seeing you, this is another way to do it. Or just keep an eye out for pirates if you're in a particularly bad area. I should probably do a watchtower at the other places, actually. I should have thought of that. But you can see, like, if you get your, you know, your sniper rifle out here, right? You see some of the critters down there, so they're up to no good. I mean, they're fine over there. I don't care. I don't mess with them if I don't have to. I wish you could turn the lights off in here, though. I do not like that. I really feel like you should be able to turn them off. But you can, like, just have a good look around and, you know, get the lay of the land and keep an eye on your base, you know, from up here. It's pretty cool. That wind sound is cool too. So that's that. So that is the three bases that I made. I didn't originally intend to do that. I was just going to do the one. But, you know, like anything else, it always ends up getting way more complicated than you originally thought it was going to be. But I've learned a lot, you know, how to link them all together and get a production chain going. And you can see those boxes down there are full of membrane still. So I've got so much, you know, tea and jerky I could make. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I do like this biome. It's very cool for a home base. You can see that display cabinet all lights up at night. It's a little too bright, actually. And those I had to place manually. Now you can, just so you know, if you just transfer them to it, it'll automatically place them. But all of these, it wouldn't accept them, except for the scroll holder there. So there's only certain items that are supposed to go on it. The rest I had to manually place. And same for this. I was manually placing it at first, though. I was like, I don't know where to put them. Because, you know, I was not going to bother with that. And then I found a couple. And I was like, okay, I guess, because you get buffs from them, right? So you can have, like, the sealed packet version or, you know, the action playset version, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know. But to put them on there, you don't manually place them. You just add them to its inventory, and then they automatically appear where they're supposed to go. So that's a little tip I found. But yeah, there's my... You can't really see it because of all the reflections. But in the daytime, you know, nice sea view. Sit here, relax, have some coffee, and chill. And then you can see the lights better if I turn them off. Try and do it. Like that. There you go. So that's cool, right? Anyway, that's it. That's my base. Bases. All so I can go to my stove and make alien jerky and alien tea to take with me on my travels. And by the way, I don't know what's up with this bottle. It always likes to fall over. I got it to stand up once. In case you're not aware, to manipulate objects manually, you just have it highlighted like that and hold down E, and then you'll pick them up, right? Alright, you can let go of E now. And then the mouse buttons will rotate it, and to change the axis of rotation, you tap shift, and now it'll go that way. Shift again does the third axis, you know. Uh-oh. And then tap E to release it, but it always falls over. What is going on outside? There better not be more spacers. It is. It's not Andrea shooting. One of the things about having a base, you can sometimes get attacked. Maybe because I'm getting higher levels now that I'm... Oh, I don't know what's going on. I never used to get attacked here. Why is like half of it empty? It's so weird. And now I just got hungry and thirsty again. Hold on, I gotta put these to hotkeys. I swear I got alien jerky, alien tea. Get that XP boost. Where was that gunfire coming from? Nothing's damaged. In this base I kept it, as far as power generation, au naturel, right? I didn't put any fusion reactors down. I could just cover it with one regular sized fusion reactor, but I kind of like the solar and wind power for this place. It's just more fitting somehow. May have been I've got 2 garden mini-bots and a security mini-bot down there, so they may have been shooting something. It's probably what was going on. Yeah, I don't know why that greenhouse... Is it damaged? Okay, we're gonna have to go down and have a look. Because if you notice, half of it's empty and there seems to be some kind of smoke going in there. I don't know what that is. Oh, maybe it was just an LOD issue. Now it's there. Doesn't say it needs repair. Everything's fine. They are making weird gases. I've never seen that before. But they're in here. It just looked empty from up there. It was weird. Yep, so anyway, but this is a really nice biome. Ready, Andrea? Come on. Gotta follow me in there too. Bad as my cat. Follows me everywhere. Especially in the day. In fact, just to show you how nice this biome is. And if you look at here, I've scanned literally everything on New Jemison. I fully scanned it. I took the time to do that one day when I was in the mood for a bit of different gameplay. I was like, you know what, I'm going to fully scan this thing and get all the animals, all the plants, all the resources, you know, blah, blah, blah. I think you can actually sell that information to someone. Is it like Vladimir or someone? I don't know. Someone will pay for that information when you fully scan a planet. Okay, so I'm just going to let my O2 recover. Alright, now we're gonna sleep until day. So right now it's 9 at night, so I want to sleep till, let's say, 8. So that's what, 11 hours? Local hours? Even though it's like 23 regular hours. So this planet rotates slowly compared to Earth. Universal time is supposed to be like, I guess, Earth hours, right? So and sometimes the little robots get damaged by critters.
Perhaps this planet has some undocumented seismic activity. Because of the, you know, never mind, I am not good with jokes.
Ah, dear. Alright, so breakfast, alien jerky, alien tea. As I say, I'm going to put these on a hotkey on the favorites menu, because that seems like a good idea at this point. Okay, so now that those stupid things have gone, those rocks there from the procedural generation screwing up earlier, you can see, finally, so I want to show you the nice sea view, right? It's the whole point of making this base originally was that, because I grew up by the coast and I live in the city now and I don't like it. I prefer to be by the coast, so I felt, you know, I want to make a nice little hab in the game that has a nice sea view. So you can sit here and just take it all in, you know. There you are. So let's just go look at the biome. So I just wanted to show that because that's another reason I chose this place in the daylight. You can see it's like really, really cool, really pretty, really chill. You know, I felt like fusion reactors are more industrial anyway, so it's better to just go with, you know, this stuff. Well, I guess we're just going to have to jump. Alright, there we go. Didn't die. Awesome. But yeah, it's really cool down here. It's almost like a sort of secret garden kind of vibe. Yeah, and you can do animal husbandry as well, of course. Oh, there's a garden bot. Oh, there's both of them. So they're still alive. They don't need repairs. That's good. So little garden bots. Where'd the other one go? There he is, hiding in the rocks. I initially thought that they would just, you know, stay in the greenhouses, but they don't. They like to roam everywhere. And then there's the security version of them, the security minibot, where it says small, but takes security extremely seriously in the description. Oh, there he is. What you doing there, buddy? Are you stuck? Oh, boy. You got stuck in the beacon? Oh, dear. Uh-oh. Can't even get him out. There you go. Ha ha. Genius. Poor little boy. He was stuck. I've never seen that happen before. Anyway, so he's he's all right. He's probably a little shell shocked, but he'll get himself together in a minute. There he goes, and he actually moves faster than the garden bots, and he'll roam around and shoot anything he doesn't like the look of. It's pretty funny. And the garden bots also have rudimentary weapons, so they can try and defend themselves, but he's there to back them up. I've got a garden bot for each greenhouse, because they're just the commercial size, they're not the industrial size, and whatever. Probably don't even need that, but I thought they were kind of cute, you know, roaming around, doing their thing. Off security bot goes, he's like, thank God I'm free. I was stuck in that thing for hours. It's probably been there all night. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so, you know, it's a really nice biome to build a base in. And it's just really cool. I just dig it, you know. So I'm glad that I was able to eventually also figure out how to be fully self-sufficient with food and water, even if it meant having bases light years apart in 3 different star systems, you know. Which is what I had to do in order to cook breakfast effectively. Oh dear. But yeah, so there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. This has been a tour of my base complex, base system, and I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.